Hi Capricorn, welcome to your, yeah, it is Capricorn. Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, let's get into it. For your key to the week, you have the Hermit card, right? So if you find that this week you are feeling a little bit more withdrawn, if you find that this week you are feeling a bit more pensive, if you find as well, it kind of feels like to me this week somebody's going to ask you for something, whether it's an opinion, whether it's that they're going to ask you for some sort of assistance, and I get this sense that there's going to be a part of you that kind of almost like pulls back and away and kind of says, you know what, I'm not sure if this is something that I should be getting involved with. I will observe to see how I feel about it. So, you know, this week, if you are asked to intervene on something or get involved with something, this would be a week for you to hang back. It would be a week for you to just take a moment, observe the situation, and more importantly, observe your own inner knowing. What does your inner wisdom, your inner guidance, your inner self, your high priestess, what does that say to you? And yes, men can have an inner high priestess as well. Absolutely. For your actions and interactions with the world at large. I ain't even gonna front. That one literally sent a shiver down my spine. Like my whole body right now is ooh, wow. Sorry. As you know, if you've been with me long enough, I very rarely get speechless, but that one shit the life out of me. I'm not gonna front. Wow. Okay, so the Hermit is what you do when the High Priestess has a message for you. You have the High Priestess, the card of intuition, the card of your inner wisdom guidance, the card of your indwelling knowledge, your indwelling teacher, your intuition is laying in your actions and options. This week you must pay attention to your psychic awareness. You must pay attention to your dreams, to your feelings, anything that is a visceral, you know, whatever way your intuition speaks to you, this would be a week for you to take heed of it, because it's giving you a very big piece of a puzzle. And you know, like I said, if there is something or someone that's trying to draw you into something this week, my advice would be to hang back and just wait it out. All right. For your communications and conversations, you have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups coupled with the High Priestess, very likely to be a Cancerian person that will feature for you this week. Most likely to be a woman, but doesn't have to be. The fact that you have the Queen of Cups in your communications and conversations, there is an element here that you have the ability to mend a rift, to heal something. It may be that you see somebody struggling, and this might be somebody that you maybe are at odds with, maybe somebody that you know, things are already rocky with this person, or you don't necessarily get on, or maybe they've wronged you in some way, shape or form. This week is going to present you with something. It's probably going to be some sort of information, or it may very well be maybe something that you hear indirectly. And you know, the thing that we say about Capricorns that they don't want anybody to know is that you guys actually have really big hearts. What comes through here with this Queen of Cups, this week you may observe somebody struggling. You might see somebody who is having a really difficult time, and you have the ability to help. And it looks like you're questioning whether you will or won't step in, or you know what that actually means for you. And it's interesting because with the Hermit card there, the message that I get from it is literally to hold back, just to wait and see before you allow yourself to get drawn into something. Just wait. But equally, if you can see that you can help in a situation and there is nobody else coming forward, this is why I say hang back. Because if nobody else comes to that person's rescue, then your inner knowing will let you know if it's meant to be you. All right. For your Money and materials, the Hanged Man, right? So, wow. When it comes to finances, if this situation that arises is monetary or financial, the Hanged Man does suggest not to get involved. It does suggest that you should, I mean, these cards in general tell me to tell you to hang back. But if the problem that this person is facing in some respect is financial, this may be the one time where they need to learn that lesson, right? On another end, very, very highly unusual, but it could be you, right? This could be you that this is happening for. After all, it's a Capricorn reading. So interesting, very, very interesting. For your physical health and vitality, this would be a week to look after your feet and your ankles. Really, you know, in fact as well, because you've got the High Priestess there and you've got the Queen of Cups. Again, I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice, but if this, if you find that this week could, you know, you could have water retention and the swelling could be around the feet and the ankles. Obviously, if that happens for you, please go and see a doctor as soon as possible. For your home and environment, this is going to be a week where you're going to want and need it quiet. Right, this is not a week for loud, brash, it's not a week for shouting, it's not a week for arguments. This is going to be a week where you literally, on a physical level in your home, need peace, quiet, reflection, study, you know, relaxation. So it's kind of like anything that jars that kind of energy this week, I think is going to be met with very, very swift and stern retribution. For your love and relations, you have the Four of Swords. So for those of you that are single, this kind of suggests that this week is more about rest and recuperation. If somebody can get on board with that, then great. But I don't really see it as a week where meeting somebody, connecting with somebody is going to be all that important, to be honest with you. There's a lot going on internally for you guys this week, which makes sense, especially when you think about some of the current astrology. For those of you that are partnered or in relationships, this would be a week for you to spend time on your relationship. This would be a week for you to spend, maybe for you and a partner to get away or to have some alone time or some quiet time. It doesn't have to be sexy time, but it, you know, it does need to be quality time that you have together, where you're not expected to do or be anything for the outside world, or maybe even your inner, you know, your inner circle. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how this one shapes up. I'm genuinely intrigued, and that High Priestess bit really, it really hit me square between the eyes. With that said, take care, and I'll see you soon.